Okay, folks, it's 7 o'clock. I'd like to call this June 23rd Rye Township Board of Supervisors meeting to order. Please rise for the pledge of allegiance to our flag. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you all for coming out. If you could join us in a moment of silence, please. Okay, did want to let you know, the board did have an executive session to discuss keeping Tanya, adjusting her pay and keeping her on board here at the township. That was held right after our last board meeting. That takes us to citizen participation. Do we have this sheet? Let's take Tanya. This is for items that are on the agenda. Thank you very much. Okay, do we have any public comments at this time? Okay, hearing none. Move on to approval of the minutes from the May 26th meeting. I have no comments, corrections, or suggestions for revision. Anybody else?
No.
No, they're fine to me.
Motion to approve?
I'll make that motion.
Second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Minutes from May 26th are approved. Thank you. Persons to be heard, we have none. Municipal report zoning code enforcement. Thank you. From JHA, we have 4 items. Is it 2 invoices, Tanya? Okay, first one is for $1,042.50. Make a motion to approve payment of that invoice. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Charlie, second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Payment of $1042.50 to JHA is approved, and then the second invoice is multiple items. And that is $2,945.43.
I'll make the motion.
Second?
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Payment to JHA of $2,945.43 is also approved. This will be up here if anyone wishes to take a look. And then sewage enforcement report, we have 6 items. For a grand total of $3,201.38. I'll make a motion that we make payment to Frederick Siebert and Associates. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Sean second, all in favor?
Aye.
Payment to FSA is approved. Do you want to see these?
Yeah, I've got an idea, but I'll make sure.
Thank you. That will also be up here. Road report, Charlie, please.
Boys have been busy mowing along the roads. Johnny replaced a cylinder that could no longer be rebuilt. Well, I looked into it, and just to get another ramper in that barrel was more than the new cylinder cost. So we kind of scrapped that idea. Like I said, they're mowing, trimming grass in the township. Johnny's been reworking some of the blades instead of just throwing them out, we're re-welding them and grinding. Tony took 2 of the trucks to Lehman's for inspection. They've been cleaning up multiple trees from high winds. So you work with New Enterprise paving section of Lamb's Gap, and they're working with Russell Standard on tar and chipping Leewood and Spruce, which started yesterday. And should be finished up with the first part of that today. And that's about all I got.
Okay, thanks, Charlie. Item D, emergency management report. Kurt, do you have something?
As Charlie mentioned, the storm brought down a lot of trees. Marysville Fire Chief reported 60 trees roughly came down in the township between Marysville and Schulze, so Ryan Carroll. Was in touch with both Carroll, Fire Chief, and Marysville Fire Chief. They were very supportive in getting I requested the main road be opened up first so we can get fire apparatus and EMS up and down the valley if needed, or for medical issues for those on oxygen. So they were very active. They were very on the spot with getting things done. Submitted to Tanya the application, we talked about it last month, for the right-of-way that's from Lamb's Gap back to the tower, the Game Commission tower. I signed it. I don't know, Tanya, if you shared it or not.
I didn't, because
Okay.
we've been in the middle of these other talks,
Yeah, if they
so,
wanted to see it or not.
yeah, it's here.
And then just today, this is more of a technical application to the Game Commission on the actual work being done on the tower. I had no clue what they were gonna do with the
Yeah,
tower.
I've seen that with Tanya before, you probably got it, and we were both like,
Yeah, he knew how high to mount it and everything, so that's awaiting a signature. I can certainly sign it, or Jim, or any of you guys could sign that as well. And we'll get both of them off to the Game Commission. Now, with what's going on Cove Hill,
yeah.
that may weigh into it. Have you talked to Nathan Havens?
I think that was the guy, yeah, I talked to 3 guys today.
Okay.
And Johnny and I had a meeting up there, a good discussion.
Okay. Nathan Havens is the one that's in charge for the Game Commission. He's in charge of all right-of-ways. He's the one I've been working with.
Okay, that must be the guy that Roy's gonna talk to. There's a fellow by the name of Roy Booker,
I don't know him.
and the forester guy is Eli DiPaolo.
Yeah.
And the other fellow, can't remember what his name is. I know he's a mentor to the new recruits, sort of saying.
Okay.
But what they wanna do is update that road up there in Cove.
Yeah.
And we're trying to get a little bit of, you do that and give
Well, I
us
think
a
it's a great
leeway
idea.
on the
And we're
road.
gonna spend just $1,500 a year.
Well, see, that's what I'm trying to get wavered.
Yeah, no, I agree. So we don't step on each other's toes. Nathan Havens is the one that's been working with, as far as emergency management and getting access to the tower. He's the one I've been working with, so
Okay.
if he agrees to wash that 1,500 in lieu of the other access, that'd be great.
Well,
That'd be great.
when we parted ways today, Roy said, I'll be in touch. So he's gonna try to get with his top dog, which may be him.
Maybe him, yeah.
But, like I said, we're just working it, so. it comes out.
That's great. That's all I have for emergency management then.
Getting back to your tree, I know when Johnny rolled in here after that storm was through, that was the first place he started out there, on Beebe's place there.
Yeah.
Get the main road open, and then we shoveled on to
The lambs.
the township.
Yep.
So,
I just think the response from both fire companies, from both ends of the valley, plus road crew, I just thought it was an awesome response. It wasn't snow, it was a storm,
Yeah.
but it was still a great response.
Oh, they were on it, they were in Leewood,
Yeah.
that and full crew.
And then Leewood, they had the emergency with the gas leak into the house.
Yeah.
With the
Tried to
tree
convince
coming
those
down.
folks to leave and gave them all their options, but
Yeah,
they decided to stay. But
yeah, so it was a great response.
I want to throw something out. I want to thank Ed's family. His son takes care of mowing the Chestnut Grove out here, and there was half a cherry tree down across some stones and whatnot, and Kerry called me, we got Johnny out there with a hoe, and we all just pitched in and cleaned it up, and it was his family, and even Brad came around, so we had a good showing there for that. And none of the residents out there complained, so we were in good shape.
Yeah, Kurt, if they're okay with you signing that, I'm okay with that, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll get it signed over to you.
Thank you. Is this for?
Just for you guys to look at.
Oh,
If you want an email to you or copies of it, I can give it to you.
Just from a timing perspective,
You do?
Jim
I have a copy of
and
it.
Charlie, just from a timing perspective, we won't send anything to Nathan then
Until we hear.
until we hear back from the
Right.
lawyer, whoever,
Yeah.
else, and we work that back and forth.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks, Kurt.
Yeah, I know, the other fella, I can't remember his name. He's Johnny's buddy. He's the guy we call when we need trees taken down.
Oh, for the,
That's-
like the one on Lamb's
Yeah.
That's like land management, I think.
Yeah, he's not quite in the land management, because I asked him today, I said, do we have a land manager out here? And he said, nope. So we can't find one.
So he's gonna tell you to take a tree down.
Yeah, but-
And then how the authorities.
As long as Johnny got his number and them two, and I, they got a good working relationship there, so
Yeah, that's good, that's great.
it's good.
Okay. I'm sorry, Tony, was this you were talking about emailing?
If
Those are
you,
something-
if you want copies of it, or if you want it emailed or anything, just let me know.
If you can email it to us, that way we
Okay.
have it, we can
All right.
keep it there for reference if we need to. Thanks, Cliff. Financial treasurer's report, please.
Okay. General fund, May 1st balance was $363,556.25. Total receipts of $128,743.40. Total expenditures of $145,877.92. And a large chunk of that was CDs moving into the account and then back out to Pliget. Interest earned of $382.39, leaving a ending balance on June 1st of $346,804.12. Penny and bank general checking, beginning balance $2,314.77, interest only of 28 cents, leaving an ending balance of $2,315.05. Bank of Landisburg general savings, starting balance of $2,538.21, interest only of 65 cents, leaving an ending balance of $2,538.86. Liquid fuels, May 1st balance was $9,974.43, interest of $10.22, leaving an ending balance of $9,984.65. And the Bank of Landisburg money market liquid fuels account started out with $2,800.08, 71 cents interest, leaving an ending balance of $2,800.79. Pliget Prime, the beginning balance was $391,408.93, and we had a total receipts, deposited of 3 CDs. And then we had interest on May 31st of $1,385.40. So the ending balance was $467,204.40.
Thank you, Don. Takes us to Secretary's report.
Okay, so we've collected over $13,000 in off the delinquent trash accounts that we talked about back in November, December. And we have some new delinquencies, so I will be talking with the solicitor's office about how we're gonna proceed with some of those. Some of those accounts that were severely delinquent when we did the new liens still have not paid a penny. So what do we do? How do we proceed to collect that money? I mean, we have some accounts that are over $4,000 for a $59 a quarter trash bill.
No, there's still some that's $4,000 and $6,000.
I mean, how do you, like, isn't there something else that we can do?
You can put a lien on the property.
We did that.
We already did that.
But they're not paying. So, I mean, you just let them go on forever and not pay it? That doesn't seem right.
Well, I guess what you gotta do is probably file an MDJ action and get a judgment against them and then try to collect it.
But if they're not paying, they're not gonna pay that
Yeah.
either. I mean,
Is there a fine that can be, is there a fine that can be added to for non-payment, or just?
Yeah, well, I mean, that's probably pointless if they're not.
Yeah.
Oh, no, but I mean, if it's,
Yeah, yeah.
if at some point
I
it's
mean,
gonna
there-
become
the
payable
trash
through,
service stops for them.
No.
the lien on it, then,
No, the trash service has not stopped, and that presents another whole issue. Our ordinance does say that we can stop trash service, but then you have another whole issue.
Yeah,
You don't want the garbage piling up,
Right.
it's a health
Right.
hazard and all that
Yeah.
stuff.
Right, especially in the
Trucking
summertime.
roads and, yeah.
But I just feel like we need to discuss and come up with something, because how long do you let this go?
afterward, yeah, where that is.
Yeah, how many accounts are we talking about?
3?
At least 3, maybe 4.
Okay.
Okay.
How about if I put something together and email it to all of you, and copy the
Please.
solicitor on it,
Oh,
and
yeah.
ask for some direction, and then I can
Yeah,
give an update
that's
at the next
fine.
meeting, is that okay?
Yeah, and I understand that, hey, if they're not paying the trash bill, they're not gonna pay the fine, but again, if there's a lien that is being put against the
There's a
property,
lien already on
will
the
the
property.
fine at least accumulate and be added to that at some point?
That,
Theft
Theft
of
of service.
services, yeah.
I don't know, is that that fall under?
What's that?
Is that theft of services, is
I
it?
don't know. I don't know. I suppose that after a certain point, it could rise to the criminal. Again, I think the best thing to do is pursue an MDJ case. You get a formal judgment and.
Okay.
You know, go try to execute it.
Okay, well, Tanya's gonna put together.
Put together, put
And
together.
send that to all of us and to you, and if you can
Yeah.
advise that.
All right. Okay, so the P card program is finally finished. It is all set up. The cards are here, activated. The employees all signed the agreement that I drafted and had revised by the solicitor and you guys adopted. So I asked them not to start using them until after the end of the month so that it's on the next billing
So
cycle. So,
starts fresh.
yep, but that's completely finished, so that'll come off. The utility billing software is ordered, and I'm having a phone meeting with her on Thursday, and we'll talk about starting the implementation. Because I think what we'll do is, we will do, the next quarterly billing on it, just for the ones that we bill for the commercial ones,
Mhm.
to run a little test
Well,
with it.
yeah, right.
And then we'll run the side-by-side one in
The next
January, well, the end of December for January
Right.
for that first quarter.
Right.
So that we're ready to go for,
When you go live.
yep, for April 1st, yep. As you can see, the exterior building painting is complete, so, and we got our blue doors gone, so I think we're pretty much done unless somebody else comes up with something. We are gonna take these, cages off the windows, and I asked him to leave the tan paint here so I can touch up once we take those off, and then I can scrape that paint and clean that, because I can't clean those with like that. And the guys gave us a new mailbox, we got rid of that ugly yellow one that was peeling, so we're all fixed up. Okay, so, the draft letter that I had done for approval for the senior billing accounts, the applications for the low and senior income, I sent those to the solicitor, but I didn't hear anything back.
Yeah, the only comment, a lot of towns do it, I mean, theoretically, those assessments are supposed to be uniform, but there is a recognition that you can give breaks to, you know, seniors or whatever. The only thing I noticed is on the senior discount form in paragraph C, there's a typo. It says properties are no eligible, it should say not eligible. But that's really the only thing I saw, everything looks okay. As I said, there are a number of municipalities that have similar programs.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, so, what do you guys wanna do about these then? Are you gonna approve them, or,
I'm okay with approving them, with Bruce's,
yeah, I
Change.
made that change.
Yeah,
and solid waste.
I'll make a motion to approve those.
Okay, I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay,
Okay,
Yes.
so approve the applications.
please.
All right, and then before I start sending any letters out, I will forward them with
That's
you,
fine.
and before we do that, okay.
Now, well, the other thing you have on here is a 2 or 3 year cycle for validation.
Right, and that's something I figured you and I
We
could
can
talk
do-
about
okay,
once,
once we
once we
start.
get to
Okay,
that point,
that's fine.
yeah, yeah. Okay, still working on the direct deposit for the payroll. We got the dumpster for the township, we ordered a 6-yard dumpster. Instead of doing the $116.75 per month for a dump, I got them to rent it to us for $40 a month, and it only cost us $150 a dump. We figure we're probably only gonna need to have it dumped about 3 times a year, so it ends up saving us, it would be $1,401 to pay the monthly
Right.
fee, and
But
with
now
3
it's-
dumps, it's
now
only $930, including the rental.
Even if it's,
So,
even if it's 4, it's still less.
it's still cheaper,
It doesn't
right,
matter.
so that's what we ended up doing. I met with a Penn Waste representative regarding the roll-off dumpster bids, and I had another email, but I still haven't gotten an answer back. I sent a bunch of photos, she took some photos when she was here, so I'm still working on that. I contacted Veolia Water because when we have a settlement on a property in a township, they always ask us if it's public water. We don't have a list anywhere that says what properties in the township are on public water.
Okay.
So I called Veolia and they called me back and said they were unable to provide a list. So I went through the Perry County GIS and I just tracked roads and I have a list compiled of those, all of those, and we're gonna include all that information into the utility billing software. Cause that's gonna kinda be our go-to when somebody calls for a settlement. They usually wanna know about the trash anyway.
Mhm.
We have the parcel numbers in there, so
Right.
we're gonna include
That-
who's
you
on
put
public
that
water.
information, okay.
Yes, everything
Cool.
will be in one
Well, that
module.
makes it easier.
I prepared the paperwork for the sale of the trailer and the title, and that sale is complete, the trailer is gone. So, and that money's deposited. That's all I have.
Okay, thank you for that, Tanya. Number 7, and that just reminded me, I think we discussed this in the past, but I don't remember, and what triggered it is how many times we're gonna end up needing to dump our dumpster. We have those things, curb alerts, people put stuff out. And so I was gonna ask our solicitor, is the township, because it's been an issue, some people put stuff out, lean it up against a street sign, and it sits there, a headboard, for a month, are we able, as a municipality, to go through and just gather that stuff up and toss it? Or is it still the property of what's,
Well, if they're putting it out for the trash, and it's not something that the trash is gonna collect, yeah.
well, they're not putting it out for the trash, it's not where they put their trash cans.
Oh, okay,
They
so
just
just
put it out in
put it
their
out.
yard at the street with
Okay.
a sign on it, free,
Okay.
and then it sits there,
Okay. Well, if it's
Sometimes
free,
it
then if you
disappears,
want,
sometimes it doesn't.
I mean, and I don't know whether you wanna consider trying, charging them for a disposal fee for
And-
that stuff, but.
The only thing we have to check with that is whether or not it violates our, trash contract.
Yeah, and you might also have to, to deal with it, you might have to enact an ordinance to specifically handle that stuff if there's, debris or whatever left outside for X amount of time that is not.
I know that we do
removed.
have a nuisance
So,
ordinance, and I would
yeah,
assume that it's addressed in
It may fit
there.
under that as well.
Um,
I would have to look at that.
does it specifically say? Because again, they're gonna say, hey.
Well, if it's
I'm
not
putting
that, it
for
would be
sale.
with our trash or our refuse ordinance. If it's not under the nuisance for trash there, it would be in the trash ordinance about not disposing of, I would think. I could look, and
Okay,
see what I
yeah,
can find.
Yeah, because that's getting to be more of an issue. That and Max must have sent out those notices about folks mowing lawns.
I still haven't gotten
Mowing lawns.
anything from him on it.
Really? Because two of the main properties that I noticed have been mowed, so
Price
I
of
just
gas
assumed.
came down.
Pardon?
Price of gas.
I don't think it had to do with the price of gas, I think.
No, it's a nice thought.
Maybe there's something like this, medical issue or something they couldn't do. Yeah, I drove around up there, I seen what you're talking about.
Yeah, it seemed to start with one, and then another one, and then there were three or four, and,
It was a contest.
Maybe.
a number of winners. Okay, thank you for that, Tanya. That takes us to resolutions. Resolution 26-22, matured underground storage tank CD at Mid-Penn to Pliget.
Yes. From 3.76 at Mid-Penn, and of course the rates are down a little bit. Pliget is currently at 3.73 in our prime account.
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve resolution 26-22. Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
Charlie, second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Resolution 26-22 is approved.
Believe it or not, we will soon be almost.
We have everything, we have everything transferred over.
Just for all, we're getting there. I think I have 2 more at the end of this month, which you guys approved last month. And then I think I have 1 or 2 in August and 1 or 2 in September, and then there's like 1 next year, and
And
then
then
like
that's-
1, and, no, she had a couple that
Till-
were like 1
2
in 29
years.
and 1 in 30, but
Okay,
we're just about there. Thank you.
Okay, that takes us to new business. As we said at the start, the board had an executive session at the end of the last board meeting. Everyone here likely knows that Tanya had received an offer to take another position that was very good for her, and unfortunately, it wasn't good for the township. And, from the time that Tanya started here, one, you've been doing a wonderful job.
Thank you.
Everybody agrees, we do.
Correct, yes.
Everybody here. Fantastic job. Always felt that she should be paid more, and she did receive this other offer, and the township wanted to keep her. So we did come back to her with 82,000, right, was the number? When did that become effective? I remember we talked.
Well, I turned it down, and then,
No, I mean.
but we
the pay
start,
rate. If you don't
beginning,
know.
it was the very beginning of, it was more, well, no, it was more than a week after the meeting, it was more like 2 weeks after. the
Okay.
meeting.
okay, so that's June.
So it's not effective
June.
today, it's effective retroactively back to that time period,
Right.
is what I wanted to point out. But 82,000, and again, I think that's money well spent. The board did discuss it, and we were unanimous that, Tony, we definitely want you to stay, and you're very good
Very
at that, so
thankful.
thank you for that. So we want to let everyone know, Tanya will be staying, so that's goodness. Thank you for your decision.
You're welcome.
And then item B, planning commission request for a solicitor to draft a hold harmless.
Well, what this boils down to is we keep getting more and more plans where there should be some like extensive hydraulic studies and so forth done on things, like people that are building on hills and all that kind of jazz. And by township ordinance, we require that all that kind of stuff be done. But nobody, you can tell no one really wants to do it. So it's been talked about at the planning commission meetings or whatever, and Tom is a big proponent of this, Tom Roethlisberger or whatever, of if they're not gonna do the due diligence and do what needs done, then
They being the property.
that being the property owner or whatever, that we would like to have this whole, I mean, I'm not totally in the loop with it either, but basically it says the township said you should do it, but you decided not to do it, so don't come to the township crying whenever something happens. I mean, that's my simple read on it. So, but it's been discussed that we'd like the solicitors to look into verbiage or whatever along those lines. So
I thought Tom did draft something, or did?
I
I
haven't seen anything for that.
Do you
but-
recall?
I didn't see anything for that.
Okay.
Tom
that-
really doesn't want it, is my
Tom
understanding.
doesn't want to.
He does not want it.
Well, that's because he wants everybody.
He wants everybody
He wants
to do
everybody. He wants everybody to do what they're supposed to do, which I understand. So
I asked, when he brought this up to me and he wanted me to put it on the agenda, I asked him, which has been my response lately, please have the planning commission put the request in writing.
in writing and
To the
submit it.
supervisors.
Right.
And that has not yet happened with any of the requests that I've made. So I told him I would put this on here knowing Sean was going to be here.
Okay, so we don't have anything at the
No,
moment to.
no. There's nothing.
Yeah, I mean, since I've been on the board, we haven't looked at any plans or anything. It's,
There's
No.
gonna be some coming.
But there will be a couple here in the next couple of months. So
I mean, always, planning commission was always just a recommendation board.
Right, but I think if they want something like that, that they could at least draft an email or a letter saying,
right.
can you please do this? I just don't like the verbal thing all the time, because
Yeah.
Right.
Tom's not the chairman of the board,
Right.
you know what I mean, and it's coming from,
It's always the
A
next
member.
day,
right,
the next day add-ons.
Okay.
so, do with it what you will, but I just wanted you to be aware that that's been put to me.
Okay, so the action is still with planning.
It's still with the planning commission.
Okay, so
Yeah.
there's nothing before the
No.
board.
No.
So you can
At this
tell
time.
them that if they want it done, that
Someone needs to write it
They
down.
need to write it.
Somebody needs to put it
They
in
can
writing and
email
submit it.
me or send me a letter, whatever,
Right.
but I feel like we need something in
Right.
writing if they want us to
Well, it
do
needs something to
Oh,
go to,
yeah.
something to go to you, then you can send it, get it sent to the
Correct.
solicitor, so we have
Correct,
it.
that's
so.
what I'm asking.
Yeah, as it stated currently, the issue, that just doesn't seem, well, let's see what they send us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's gray area that I don't think we should get into. Okay. Item C, Heisley Road Culvert Permit and Grant Approval Project Bids.
Yep, so we got our grant approval for the Heisley Road culvert, and I have been spending a lot of time trying to get an answer about the grant, because I was told several weeks ago that it was approved, and that I should be getting an email, and so I keep waiting, and I keep searching and making sure it's not lost somewhere or whatever. So finally, I wanted an answer for today, so I emailed the girl that originally sent me the application, and she came back and said, oh yeah, Jim and Sean need to take care of that. So I texted both of them, forwarded the email to them, and Jim has signed and Sean's going to attempt
Okay,
to.
fine.
It's not an easy process to do it electronically, but
Yeah, and I guess that's
that's
way
the
you
only
can do it.
option that
The
they
only way
gave
you
us.
can do it, so.
So we will have the money for that, and then, since we know that it's approved, can we do a motion to put it out, to have the bid prepared, so that we can get that moving? Because we know that the grant's approved, we have the permit, so,
Does, do they actually, or if we can put it out for bid, I'm assuming they have the final plans done for what's to be done?
well, they had to submit, I don't know what they submitted, I don't remember.
For the
I have it
permit.
printed in
But
here.
they had for the permit, so.
Right. But wouldn't they have had to have?
They would have had to, yeah.
Pipe sizes,
I don't know, I'm
elevations,
not an
I would,
engineer.
yeah.
pipe sizes, elevations, head wall
Yeah,
size,
they would have, yeah. so-
rip wrap size, should be on
So
there.
everything and everybody has to buy is on there then, so.
I would just, I mean, and I did talk to Max and said, look, I just need to know, are you guys putting, I mean, you're part of this engineering to do the bid,
To put the
to
bid
put the
package,
bid package, and he
together.
said yes.
Okay,
So,
It's gotta be.
his concern with me bringing it tonight was that he was concerned that we wouldn't be able to put it out for bid until the grant was approved, but I know the grant's approved,
Yeah.
so I'd like
So
to
you're
get it
looking for a
out.
motion to send
I'm
it out
looking
for
for,
bid.
yeah, I'd like to keep this moving and try to get it done,
I'll make that motion.
thank you.
Second.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Tanya, for contacting them to get that sent back out
Get
to
this
us to
done.
sign, because that was a convoluted mess, just
Okay, we already talked about the Cove Hill Road,
Yeah.
unless you wanna say anything else.
That was part of the emergency stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, no,
we don't need-
I'm gonna back up to D. This whole harmless thing,
Uh-huh,
again, if the ordinance requires something, and the property owner is not willing to follow along with that,
Mhm.
Tom is saying not to
right.
issue the whole harmless.
Mhm.
Why would that be, why would we want to do the whole harmless? What am I missing? These are things that are required by law.
No,
Right.
they're required by ordinance. They're not
Well,
required
but
by-
ordinances are often driven by law,
Yeah.
that's what I'm
Yeah.
getting at, so
Yeah,
the whole idea of the whole harmless kind of seems, is rather counterintuitive, I don't think, but we can talk more.
Can I tell you what my assumption is from what I've been told?
yeah,
The way that it sounds to me is that the, people that are doing the survey work and
Uh-huh.
the preparation and
Yeah.
all of that
right,
are trying to finagle ways to get around.
to get around all
By
that.
changing the verbiage of what they're calling it, like calling it land development or calling it. I haven't been in the
Yeah.
planning
Yeah.
commission meetings, but that's the way that it sounds to me.
Right,
And so that they're finagling things to try to get around,
having to do all
Having
the,
to
how to
do-
do all the work that's
Right.
required.
that's the way that it sounds to me.
Okay, all right, thank you. Sure.
I'll make it, at the next planning commission meeting, I will try to get a roundtable discussion to see if we can come to some agreement on terms and so forth.
Okay. Yeah, 'cause a lot of these things, they're not just arbitrary.
No,
That's why.
No,
Okay, item E, semi trucks on New Valley Road.
So, I've had several reports from residents of semi trucks coming in New Valley Road and their back ends have been over in the other lane. The one lady called me, she was all but in tears. The whole back end of the truck was in her lane and had she gone over, she would have went over the side of the road. So I guess it was going down New Valley. Excuse me. That's the second time that's happened. Then I've had somebody call me, and then, excuse me, the guys have reported that they've seen them too. They didn't see if there was any,
signage on the truck.
Signage on the trucks?
Yeah.
but, I've had several reports about it being an issue. I've not seen any signage saying no trucks. I don't understand why there would be a truck on this road unless it was a local delivery.
Except for a local delivery, that would be the only, that would be the
I
only.
know there's some trucks that park on Heisley.
Mm-hmm.
I think that guy only comes in one way out.
Sorry, excuse me.
Yeah, that day that happened, I checked with Carl, and he said he hasn't seen anything.
Well, the guys have seen them since while they were
Okay.
going, because they almost hit them too.
I see them.
Delivery truck.
I've seen them a number of times.
Delivery
on that
trucks,
road.
too.
I live in that road.
But
I usually
Wonder where they're coming.
hear a large truck on the road and I look up because I can see out the window. This isn't usually great big trucks. This is usually just a flatbed with, you know, if it's coming for up here, because that was one of the things that was actually asked of me. They didn't know if it was possibly up
For
here.
there.
It's not. I mean, not that I'm sitting staring out the window the whole
Right.
time, but if I hear a larger vehicle, I usually look up.
Right.
And what I see going here is usually just
Well,
like a flatbed.
The one that was in the lane, was that was it a semi? Was that a semi?
Yeah, it was
truck?
a semi. Yeah, it was a semi.
See, that's-
Did Johnny say anything to you about, or Tony say anything to you about?
No, we didn't get on that, any of that subject today, mostly.
Because after I asked about them, they said, oh, we haven't seen that, and then they were out mowing, and then they saw it. When they were mowing New Valley.
So it's not an everyday occurrence.
It's fairly often.
Often?
I know I've probably seen them in the past week or two, at least twice.
Well, can they, Johnny, Tony, drive along after them to see if they can get some identifying
Not the
information?
mower.
Oh, no, but I mean, if they're, sorry.
Are trucks restricted?
restricted?
First thing is our trucks restricted on the route?
No.
Yeah.
So how are you gonna enforce it?
You can't do anything about it.
Well, and that's.
You have to do the
Okay.
engineering study like we tried to do
Yeah,
before.
so-
in order to
yeah.
stop it.
Okay, so how about we do this? We'll try to find out who they are, so we can at least contact the company if we can identify them. Because maybe it's just something as simple as making a phone call to somebody, and I'll make it better. And just say, hey,
26 years.
if you can take your trucks, if we can't restrict them,
Yeah,
then we can't restrict them, so,
right.
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah,
But
'cause-
then the only option is to, hey, a courtesy call. Say, hey, would you mind, you know, these other roads, and see what they say. But first, we have to identify.
Yeah, figure
If it's the same
See
company,
the-
it's likely the same company, since it's just now starting.
Yeah.
But yeah, so if our road crew is not in the motor, and they see them,
Yeah,
or if, you know, hey, Deb, if you are able to
I'll
see
take a
who they.
picture.
Okay.
I've already gotten somebody fired for road rage.
Well, we're not looking for road
No,
rage.
I'm
Again, we're
kidding.
looking for
I'm
a civil discussion with the
Yeah.
company and just, you know, hey, they may not want their drivers doing that either, so, I mean, we'll just.
GPS could lead them back this way.
correct.
Yeah.
That's, unfortunately, that's a culprit.
They almost have to come through the Marysville borough. And I don't think that's, from the Ladyfinger factory this way, I don't think they allow truck traffic. So how are they getting to this point down Heisley Lane?
Well, they're on the other side of Heisley. It's
Yeah,
through
they're
those
coming from
curves
the
where the
road, right?
problem
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Because that's where,
I live in Cold Springs.
you're in Cold
Yeah.
Springs, okay. So it's gotta
Yeah.
be beyond the borough.
Yeah.
Okay, unless somebody has another idea. I think that's the,
That lady was
Police
really, she was
confrontation.
very, very upset.
oh, yeah, it would be.
Understandable.
Okay. Tar and chip fog.
Okay, so, evidently, when Johnny spoke with Rick Levan, he asked to have Maranatha done, not Cherry Road, but Rick didn't change it, from Maranatha to Cherry. I don't think it's gonna make a difference in our liquid fuels, because we're paying for a considerable sum out of the general fund. So Johnny asked them to do Maranatha instead of Cherry Road, so I just wanted to make you guys aware
Okay.
that was happening, and if,
Yeah.
and when we do it again, we would do the other
What did
road.
the other one, yeah.
But I wanted to make it public,
Okay.
that they were doing that, and I think they have, Charlie, am I right, they both coats of tar and chip done,
Yes,
and so they wait a little bit, and then they do the fog
yep,
seal,
we got a week of waiting, and then they'll be back
yeah.
to do the rest of it.
And do they roll it again after the fog, or no, just, you just spray it and that's?
I think
that's
the-
final deal?
Big brushes,
I think they brush it again before they
Before they put the
yeah,
fog
before
seal
I
they-
think.
Yeah. Yeah, they brush it before they put the fog on.
Okay. Okay, takes us to the announcements. July 3rd, the office will be closed on the 4th of July. There'll be no change in trash collection. July 28th will be the next supervisors meeting, same time, same place. August 4th is the planning commission meeting, that is at 7:30. Again, held here. And then old business, so this is the IT proposal. We've tabled this, I think, twice now. And I know Nick Melnick has offered some ideas on it. Did you say you do have a contract or the proposal?
Well, did Nick sound like he wanted to add or subtract or?
It sounded to me, from what he said today, he's spoken to Marysville Borough and Carroll Township. I know he talked to DCED, which is who hosts our website, and what he wanted to do was sit down and put together some other options with comparables and bring that to you, but he couldn't be here this evening.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe for what the township needs, I don't think we need to go super complex, and I would be in favor of trying this approach first, and hey, if it works out, great. I believe it will, because again, I've worked with this guy in the past, and you've worked with him already, and he is,
is wonderful.
it's just super quick. He's knowledgeable, I think the rates are reasonable. We did talk about the different options. Pay-as-you-go, tier 1 is essential support, tier 2 professional support, and tier 3 executive support. Did you have any thoughts or?
Not really.
Last time we talked, I think we were keyed in on option 2, the tier 1 essential support. So it's a monthly retainer of $450, which includes 3 hours of labor, overage, emergency rate of $150 an hour, and then included is remote. There's there's several things included, but the main thing was remote
Can do remote
connection
work,
versus the pay-as-you-go does not have remote.
Right, so you'd have to actually, you'd have to pay for them to actually come here and.
Yeah,
Go back,
yeah, and that delay, plus then, then Tanya's gotta be here, and,
Right.
with your schedule and availability, I think that would be not optimal. So I think the remote thing, and I know when, this gentleman has, fixed problems for us at work, 95% of the times it's remote login, and it just,
Yeah, or.
Yeah.
5 minutes, you're back in business.
Right.
Ours
Yeah.
ours is almost 100% remote.
Remote
Absolutely.
access.
Yeah.
So I would make the motion that we go with the, tier 1 essential support.
Okay. I think we discussed that before.
Yeah, that's
more
what we
reasonable.
talked about. And I think it's
Computer savvy, but.
and then the agreement period would be 12 months contract. So, again, I'll make that motion, or you,
I'll second it.
John, thoughts?
No, that seems like the best option for.
Okay.
And
Okay,
after a year, we could always decide to
He's
do
worked
something
with
different.
Tanya before on problems and got to it pretty quick.
yeah, we don't need to be complex, we just need to get it done,
Yeah.
and at
We just need to have-
at a good cost.
You need to have somebody that can support, that's the big thing.
Yeah, so, okay, well then we'll sign this,
You want to call all in favor?
pardon?
You want to call all in favor?
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you, Sean. I'm trying to read and speak at
Yeah.
the same time. Tier selected. Tier 1.
It's actually a shame everything's so complicated, you have to have this nowadays.
I can fix a lot of stuff. I can usually figure a lot of stuff out, but
Yeah, but there's
Yes.
some things that,
Yeah, and the information that we handle here, we need to
It's-
make sure it's
yeah,
secure.
it can be,
and,
it needs to be secure. There's no doubt about that.
Give this back to you, Tom. Did you want to see more of this?
No, I'm good. I did see it.
Okay, yeah.
But I think I still have a copy.
Okay.
I'll get it
Thank you.
sent to him.
Thank you, Tom. Senior and low income application,
We
we
already
did talk about that. Excuse me, that takes us to approval and payment of the bills. Tanya, please.
June general fund check numbers 18671 to 18685 in the amount of $30,625.23. No checks void. Payroll checks number 8686 to 8689 in the amount of $5,162.20. No checks void. Payroll check number 8690 to 8694 in the amount of $5,620.55. No checks void. And payroll checks number 8695 to 8700 in the amount of $5,893.42. No checks void.
Okay, thank you, Tanya. Make a motion to approve payment of the bills. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Charlie, second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Payment of the bills is approved. Thank you for that, Tanya. And that takes us to the second portion of citizen participation. With two folks up here, and John, you're up first.
Sure. For the grant for Heisley Road, what amount is that and who is it from? Was it for the whole culvert replacement?
It was 300. It was over 300,000. I will go back and look then. I didn't grab that file. And then we had money set aside from last year's budget, which I have in Pliget. And we also have money in this year's budget. So, with the estimate that they had given us, we should have enough to cover
Okay.
it.
Who did it come from? The grant, who did it come from?
I think it was through DC.
It's DCED.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And that was Senator Rothman spearheaded that for us.
Yeah, that's what all the little thingies on the bottom of all the emails was DCED.
Yeah.
That was their little.
I'm gonna express my appreciation for you, Tanya, for getting that grant, getting it going, getting it approved and everything. I know you continue to work, save taxpayer money, you're getting these things. We should really attempt to obtain more grants, as this township needs to help our taxpayers by securing the grant funding. Road construction inspection. Do we have a person out there inspecting them, or working with them to make sure they're doing it right? PennDOT specs, because the PennDOT specs call out if the rain is imminent, they're not supposed to be starting, not supposed to be doing it.
The other day they quit.
Okay, but today it was drizzling too, and they were doing it. So
Johnny and I were out. We had an eye on them.
okay, just so you know, the fog seal is supposed to be applied when it's dry though too.
Well,
So yep,
That's
So
a week
I'll,
away.
I'll give you the specs out of PennDOT, so that way then you have it, because just making sure you have it then. I hope it lasts. That's all I'm hoping for. Not that it doesn't last that long. All right. In the June 2025 meeting, the board voted to suspend the township brush chipping for 6 months. We are now at 12 months, and with the storms that just occurred, residents may not have anywhere to go with their branches. So, what happened to the brush chipping program? Have residents lost the service permanently? Any update on that?
No, go ahead with your next one, Joe.
Okay. And about the semis here on New Valley Road. As a professional engineer, it should be noted that you can't just stop trucks from using a roadway. There is a process. If a restriction is proposed, you need to complete an engineering study, provide justification, such as a poor roadway structure or it being a safety issue, like driving across the center line. Those things lead to a weight posting or a truck length restriction, but there is no stopping trucks with a destination along the roadway. Please note that an engineering study was done back in 2020 for a truck length restriction, but Jim voted against it, approving the restriction. Charlie and Sean were not supervisors, but both voiced your opposition to the truck restriction in the 2020 supervisor meeting. I just want to stress that you are required to complete an engineering study, obtain approval from PennDOT, pass a restriction as an ordinance allowing public comment, provide this approved study to state police, and then install signage. So, you can't just yell at them and, put up signs or whatever. So there is this process. All right? Thank you. That's all I have.
Okay. Jackie, you're also on the list.
I just want to say how nice everything is looking, the roads, and did you guys clear this site circle, like little island
Yeah, it
thing?
is cleaned up. It does
Yeah.
look, yeah,
It looks so nice.
Better.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tony, yeah, they're.
And our development looks nice.
They're doing.
And
they're doing what they can
landscape
do.
looks good.
Well, we gotta go back up.
All
there
except the guardrails now.
again. Yeah,
Yeah, from the trees, yeah. We just had guardrail work done.
yeah, we just had a couple $1,000 out of Dean's Gap, and then the tree took out a couple feet at Land's
I
Gap,
haven't even been
so,
across, so I don't know.
I haven't been up, but Johnny showed me pictures.
yeah.
Did,
that
did
was-
we have any success with the tree that Jackie brought up last time? That's not on Rise side, but Hampton side.
That's Hampton.
No,
That's
we
still-
did not.
I don't think he came down either.
No, of course not.
But they're always
Did we
cutting them down.
I
make
know.
contact?
I know they just
I
keep
forgot about it.
cleaning them
Oh,
up.
Making
oh,
They
myself
don't cut them.
Just get rid of them.
Well, their only requirement is to cut them and move them to the
I don't really think she's gonna get
Yeah,
much.
we need to-
Cause if you drive down there, it's like from the last resident up,
Yeah, that's where
they
everything
don't do
is.
too much trimming.
No.
Cause the whole canopy's starting to,
Yes.
Cover over the road, the whole road.
Yes.
Yeah.
the only thing you could, we could probably get Johnny to call and
That's what I'm gonna do, and I
Yeah,
forgot about
that's
it.
what-
I
that
have,
was
I
our
have myself a
plan.
note.
find out when their meetings are, and go over and find out.
I thought that too. I emailed them 4 times.
Did you get a response?
Probably no response.
Yeah, I did get a response last year.
Okay.
They said they sent somebody out and there was no problem.
That's because he could walk underneath the tree, yeah, it was fine.
Yeah.
I think that's what they did.
I
Nothing
mean,
was
it's
obstructing
not-
the road,
It's not only
they said.
from where they wanna, I guess if they run those poles, eventually going down, you're gonna have to, they're gonna have to clear them.
They're gonna have to do something, yeah.
But the right now, the way it is, it's like you got, it's, like I said, the whole canopy
I
is
know, it's
coming.
only, it gets worse every year.
Yeah.
And then trees like start slowly coming. They got a tree on a line. I mean, I know it's probably not an electrical line, but there's a tree on a line in front of that house.
Well, it's far enough away, probably out of sight, out of mind.
It all comes down to them not caring about
It's not,
Rye Township.
it's not the residents.
Yeah, their residents don't necessarily have to drive through it, so,
Right, they'd close it down if they could.
yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, Tanya's gonna ask Johnny to make contact.
I apologize, Jackie, I
Oh, no, it's,
missed
I'm
that
just
one.
worried about a
Yeah.
tree falling on
When it
something.
does come down,
Yeah.
There's a couple that are like totally leaning over.
And of course, they weren't the ones that came down when we went
no.
Okay, anyone else?
I just like to make a couple comments on your Heisley Road, because that's always like a project that I like to follow. You said about putting bids out, but bids are only good for so long a period of time. I would suggest making sure you have a written approval, the grant, before I would do anything. Just my thoughts. The semi trucks on New Valley Road, I'm not for or against anything. What I'd like to say is, my personal opinion was, I thought somebody lives out here that drives a tractor and trailer. And I've seen it several times. That's just my comment. And then as far as the IT proposal, you talked about giving the person direct remote access. Are there additional costs when you have to hook another person up to the internet for remote access to?
That wouldn't be for that, no.
Oh. Okay.
Okay.
If everyone else is done, did you have a response back about the wood chipping program? You
Oh,
said
no,
move
we're gonna
on.
Discuss, no, I didn't mean that to blow it up. It's just, I know we've discussed it in the past and there were some safety issues that were brought up and I want us to discuss that again, because again, if,
Okay,
I
so
did think
it'll be
about-
next
I did
meeting
think
then?
about- I can't guarantee it, John, but we do need to talk about it, because we have talked about it in the past, and again, I did think about that when the trees were down. What can we do about that? But yeah, we're gonna talk about that.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay,
We had like 8 trees fall down in our yard.
I
So
just
I don't
saw
know,
the
my
equipment
8
was there.
trees were counted in the 60, but
Yeah. most
It
of
looked
ours
like
blew
a
down in the
tornado
previous
went
two
through our
storms.
yard.
Yeah, it's taking a while.
so now, like we have to. Luckily they fell on the fence.
Oh, you just
now-
lost a fence, okay, yeah.
So, but now the
Yeah.
homeowner's insurance.
Yeah, the other folks on the street over, they weren't quite so lucky. That was-
Oh.
that was sad.
I know.
But, hey, nobody lost a life, so that was,
Yeah,
that was the best outcome. we could
my
hope for.
neighbor went over and helped them out,
Yeah.
helped them out of their house, and he said that's the second time a tree fell in their house.
They have, that's right, yeah.
He said we're moving.
Well, they are nestled in, they are, yeah. Okay, well, hey, again, thanks everyone for coming out. Make a motion to adjourn. It is 8:02, I'll make a motion to adjourn. Do we have a second?
Also,
Charlie, second, all in favor?
Aye.
Meeting is adjourned at 8:02.